The fourth day of Kwanzaa, we call it Ujamma, cooperative economics.
Habara Gani. My name is Angela. Today I'll be lighting the fourth candle of Kwanzaa. Ujamma, cooperative economics, to build and maintain stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together. Ujamma means to me to build and maintain our own shop, stores, and other businesses to keep our money in our community.
Greetings, family. My name is Robert Patterson. I retired from J.P. Morgan Chase Bank as an Assistant Vice President. It is my privilege and honor to discuss the fourth Kwanzaa principle, Ujamma, cooperative economics. It means to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together. I was in a position to witness firsthand how a community that did not practice cooperative economics, they were not renovated or rejuvenated because the profits from the businesses were not being circulated back through the community. Example, downtown Brooklyn, New York, before gentrification, was a thriving community of small, independent shops. However, the business operators did not own the businesses. They were under lease agreements. When the time came to renew the leases, they were priced out of the area by the new developers, Metrotech Complex, because they could not afford the exuberant prices. They were forced to relocate or close their businesses. I believe that if the independent businesses had followed the cooperative economic model, they could have created a business development plan, whereas they would not be independent operators, but they would be classified as a cooperative. With this classification, they could purchase more goods for far less cost, therefore allowing them to sell their goods and services at reduced prices. Then the community will show more pride in ownership. The people will see a growth in new businesses with a bigger tax base. This practice of cooperative economics has been successful for other ethnic groups, such as Chinese, Italians, Spanish, and Jewish. Let us, as a group, put our resources together, practice cooperative economics, strive to assist, and look out for each other. Thank you.
Ask yourself about yourself. How can we rise in positive numbers if some of us keep finding excuses to not elevate ourselves when given the chance? How can we compete with those others who scorn us, mock our intelligence, and ridicule our school as inferior, spread lies and half-truth about our magnificent and rich heritage? Ask yourself, how can I get my Hispanic brothers, Native American brothers, Caribbean brothers to realize that we all are extensions of the African mystique? What methods will work to open the mind of those who are blind in vision and see only the beauty of self and no other races? Ask yourself, how can I stop the inherent denial of so many people of color without getting into an argument and watching denial strengthen itself with anger as truth gets twisted? How can we rise in positive numbers when human chameleons prance around bragging about things that are relevant, like hair texture, color of skin, mocking the language of a kin they pretend is not related to them? Ask yourself, how can we get stronger as a people when some of our neighborhoods are infested with drugs, crime, and everybody shows indifference when no one wants to snitch about some things that need to be told? Ask yourself, how can we rise as a people when many of our elders live in fear? Many of our elders are disrespected and preyed upon. Where is the outcry? Sometimes it only takes one individual to stand up and lead the way. Stand up to confront, to engage, to remind self and others that wrong can no longer be tolerated. It must be obliterated. Ask yourself, am I the one who the ancestors been calling to rise out of indifference and activate the warrior within you? Activate the Malcolm, the teacher, and the dream reacher. Activate and begin to participate in the uplifting of the race. Contemplate, deliberate. There are those who want to turn back the hands of time where racism sat on a throne and worked our ancestors to the bones. Ask yourself about yourself.
The American Negro is richer than most nations on earth. We have an annual income of more than $1 trillion a year, which is more than all of the exports of the United States and more than the national budget of Canada. Did you know that? That's power right there if we know how to pool it.
Family, first let me thank you for inviting me to speak on a topic that is dear to my heart. Thank you for this opportunity, because what it does is it allows me to speak on this subject directly to you, my people. So the first thing I want to say is, aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of not just the white man, but any other ethnic group coming into our neighborhood, gathering up all the proceeds, all of the resources, and taking it back to his own neighborhood? We got to do something about that. Family, we have a budget of $1 trillion annually. So what are we doing with it? Look at our community. Look at what it has become, a slum, a ghetto. And why? Why? Because we take our resources to the other community.
We don't have to argue with anybody. We don't have to curse and go around acting bad with our words. We don't need any bricks and bottles. We don't need any Molotov cocktails. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country and say to them, God sent us by here to say to you, you're not treating his children right. And we've come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. And our agenda called for withdrawing economic support from you.
Look at your neighborhood. What do you see? It is the poorest neighborhood in the country. And why? Because you spend 96 cents out of every dollar in somebody else's neighborhood. Why? Does it make you feel good that you have the money to spend it someplace else? But when you come home, what do you think? When you see your children, what do you think? When you see your wife, what do you think? Family, we are the most intelligent people in the world. We don't need their help. All we need to do is start focusing on our community. Focusing on what we have to do to leave a legacy for our children. Family, think about this. $1 trillion annually. That's not pittance. So do me a favor. Stop begging the white man for this, begging the white man for that. We are the most intelligent people in the world. We don't need them. All we need to do is get our mindset right and decide that we're going to help each other. and decide that we are going to work in our community and decide that we are going to create jobs for our community, and that our community eventually, when we start working together, being together, living together, helping each other, will be a vibrant neighborhood, a live neighborhood, a rich neighborhood, a neighborhood that doesn't have to depend on anybody.
And we've got to strengthen black institutions. I call upon you to take your money out of the banks downtown and deposit your money in a black bank. We need to have a banking movement. There are 6 or 7 black insurance companies. Take out your insurance there. We need to have an insurance in. Now these are some practical things that we can do. We begin the process of building a greater economic base, and at the same time, we are putting pressure where it really hurts. I ask you to follow through here.
As the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey said,
Think black, buy black, be black, and all else will take care of itself.